When was the last time you paused? Not to see how much further you had to go, but to notice how far you've already come. We're often so focused on what's next that we forget to celebrate who we're becoming. Welcome to Gentle Truths with Delia, Beautiful Souls, a space where we pause, reflect, and realign one truth at a time. Over the past few weeks, we've learned to begin where we are, to find beauty in ordinary moments, and to stop waiting for permission to live authentically. This week, I want us to pause. Not because the journey is over, but because every journey deserves moments of recognition. Because growth isn't only about becoming, it's also about honoring who you've already become. We spend so much of our life looking ahead, the next goal, the next season, the next version of ourselves. And while there's beauty in looking forward, there's also wisdom in looking back. Because the person you are today has survived things you once thought would break you. You've learned. You've healed. You've grown in ways that aren't always visible. So before you ask what's next, take a moment to thank the man or woman who brought you here. He or she deserves to be celebrated. Have you ever noticed how naturally you celebrate the people you love? You encourage them, you remind them how far they've come. You notice their strengths, their courage, and the small victories they sometimes overlook. And yet, when it comes to yourself, it's often a different story. Instead of celebrating your progress, you focus on what still needs fixing. Instead of acknowledging how far you've come, you think about how much further you have to go. But what if, just for today, you spoke to yourself with the same kindness you offer everyone else? Because the person you are today has carried you through moments no one else fully understands. You deserve your compassion. You deserve your gratitude. And perhaps you deserve to be celebrated a little more often. We often tell ourselves, I'll celebrate when I get there, when I reach the goal, when I lose the weight, when I get the promotion, or when life finally feels the way I imagined it would. But if we're always waiting for the finish line, we miss the beauty of the journey itself. Think about everything you've already overcome. The conversations that once felt impossible. The boundaries you finally honored. The courage it took simply to keep going. Those moments matter. Progress isn't only measured by where you've arrived. Sometimes it's measured by the person you've become while getting there. And that's worth celebrating too. One of the hardest things to let go of is the version of ourselves we've outgrown. Maybe because it's familiar, or maybe because it's safe, or maybe even because we've carried that identity for so long that we don't know who we are without it. But Scripture reminds us that God is always doing something new, not just around us, but within us. What if the new thing God is doing isn't waiting somewhere in the future? What if it's already unfolding inside you? Perhaps this season isn't asking you to become someone different. Perhaps It's inviting you to fully embrace who you're becoming. Trust that quiet work, even when you can't yet see all of it. Somewhere along the way, many of us learn to downplay our own achievements, to make ourselves smaller, to brush off compliments, to say, "Oh, it wasn't that big a deal." But imagine if someone you loved had overcome what you've overcome. Wouldn't you celebrate them? Wouldn't you remind them how strong they are? So why not offer yourself that same grace? Being proud of your growth isn't arrogance, it's gratitude. It's recognizing that every challenge you faced has shaped the person you're becoming. Today, allow yourself to smile at that. Flowers don't bloom because they compare themselves to the garden beside them. They bloom because they respond to the season they're in. And perhaps we're invited to do the same. It's so easy to measure your journey against someone else's timeline, to wonder why they're further ahead, why life seems easier for them, or so we think. But your journey has never been about keeping pace with someone else. It's about growing into the person you were uniquely created to be. So stop asking whether you're blooming fast enough. Instead, ask whether you're growing honestly, because the most beautiful growth is never rushed. What if your closest friend came to you carrying the same worries you carry? What would you say to them? Would you criticize them? Would you remind them how resilient they are? Would you point out everything they haven't achieved? Or would you remind them of everything they've already overcome? Now imagine offering yourself those same words. Not because you've arrived, but because you've refused to give up. Sometimes the relationship that needs the most healing is the one you have with yourself. And healing often begins with the way you speak to your own heart. As we come to the end of this week, I want you to pause before rushing into what's next. Take a moment to look back, not with regret, not with criticism, but with gratitude. Think about the person you were a year ago. Think about what you've carried, what you've survived, what you've learned. And then notice the person you are today. Yes, you may still be growing. Yes, you may still be healing. But you're also wiser, stronger, kinder, more honest, more yourself. And that is something worth celebrating. Because becoming isn't a destination, it's a beautiful journey. And you're already living it. Repeat this week's gentle affirmations to yourself. I honor the woman I am becoming with gratitude and grace. I celebrate my progress without comparing my journey. I trust that every season is shaping me for purpose. I choose to recognize my growth and receive it with joy. Carry the one you need most into the week ahead. This week, pause before asking, what's next? Instead, ask yourself, how can I celebrate the woman I already am? Take a moment to receive your own answer with kindness. I'd like you to find one quiet moment this week to write yourself a short note of appreciation. Thank yourself for one challenge you've overcome, for one lesson you've learned, or for one way you've continued to show up, even when it wasn't easy. Then keep that note somewhere you'll see it again, to remind yourself. Sometimes the encouragement we need most is the encouragement we offer ourselves. Before we close this month, I'd like to read you a short letter. Dear beautiful soul, thank you for not giving up. Thank you for choosing to begin even when the path wasn't clear. Thank you for believing in yourself on the days it felt difficult. Thank you for celebrating small victories that no one else could see. I hope you never underestimate the quiet strength that has brought you here. Keep becoming, keep trusting, keep moving gently with love. If you carry one thing with you this week, let it be this: the man or woman you're becoming is already someone worth celebrating. Don't wait until you've arrived. Honor him or her today. My gentle blessing for you this week: may you recognize your own growth with the same kindness you offer others. May you celebrate the quiet victories that often go unnoticed. May you trust that every season has shaped you with purpose. And may you walk into the days ahead with gratitude, courage, and gentle confidence. This month was never about becoming someone new. It was about beginning where you are, finding beauty in ordinary moments, trusting your own voice, and finally recognizing the incredible man or woman you've become along the way. As we step into a new month, don't rush past this moment. Pause, smile, and celebrate. Because every gentle step you've taken has mattered. If you had to choose one word to describe July, what would it be? Courage, peace, hope, gentle, joy, or even becoming? How would you describe it? I'd love to read your comments. As this month comes to a close, may you carry forward everything that has strengthened you, release everything that no longer serves you, and step into the new month with hope, peace, and gentle confidence. May you never forget that you are already becoming. A gentle glimpse of what's next. So next month, we'll begin a new chapter together. One that invites us to discover the quiet courage that's already living within us. Not the loud kind, but the quiet courage that transforms, one gentle choice at a time. can't wait to share it with you. This is your gentle truths for the week. If this month's reflections have encouraged your heart, I'd love to know which week's message stayed with you the most. Share it with me in the comments. I truly love hearing your stories. Before I say goodbye, I just wanted to thank every one of you. Your comments, your stories, your kindness have made this little corner of the internet feel like home. I'm so grateful you're here. Stay gently aligned, beautiful souls, and I'll meet you here as we begin a beautiful new month together. Be proud of how gently you've kept going. Take care. Ciao.